Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I am here. You'll have to excuse me. I know that you can tell that I sound a little sick. I'm just coming down from something right now. But I'm here because a very small package. I haven't really been doing hauls, but I got a little small package for the Boxing Day sale at Fragrance Buy, and I wanted to unbox it on camera because it is a fragrance that I absolutely love. This is a new fragrance, so this is going to be, before I even show you, it's Bright Crystal Parfum, which I have heard absolutely nothing about until I saw it on fragrancebuy.ca. The only other place that I saw it available was Harrods, which is a pretty steep shipping fee for me to get it here. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and pick it up while this sale is going on. Here we go. I got another thing as well. Apparently I didn't make the cut to get a nice gift. I guess I wasn't the first 750. I did get a sample of something. It is very, very small. I ordered within like an hour. That's crazy. But let's see what the sample is. And I'll show you what the other thing I bought is too, which is also a blind buy, but I'm not going to smell it on this review, because I want this to be just about Bright Crystal Parfum. This is literally the tiniest sample I've ever got. It's in like the smallest little bag. Let's see. Michael Kors Sexy Amber EDP. So I'll smell that eventually. But Bright Crystal Parfum. I'm really excited to smell this. Just so you know, I think my favorite feminine marketed fragrance of all time is Bright Crystal Absolute. I think it's such a gorgeous smell. I got to that from smelling Bright Crystal, which I also think is a gorgeous smell. I honestly think they're like neck and neck with what I think is the best. Like, it's so fruity, floral, and clean. And then the Absolute just has like a sweeter, sexier twist on it. I absolutely love these fragrances. So I was really excited, and let's go ahead and unbox it. I didn't bring any strips, so we're just gonna go spray on skin, which I'm not wearing anything now, so it works out perfect anyway. Okay. So the box obviously looks pretty much the same as the others. All right. I'm actually really excited about this. I haven't purchased too many fragrances lately, definitely not any designers. It's just still a little warm. The collar is gold. Other than that, it does look really similar to the original. The writing is also in gold and it just says Parfum. All right, here we go. I'm gonna read you the notes right after I sprayed it on. I honestly think it looks gorgeous, but here we go. Okay. 2 sprays. Immediately it smells like the original and a little bit of Absolute. Okay, let me let it dry down. So the notes to this are red fruits, yuzu, pomegranate, caramel. You're gonna have to forgive me for this one. Helvetolid? I don't know how to say that. We'll get back to that in a second. Peony, magnolia, lotus, and then the bases ambroxan super, norlibanol, and musk. Yeah. The Helvetol is natural, synthetic, popular, and weird. It doesn't say what it smells like though. All right. You smell like this really nice red berry immediately, and it has like a nice woman's shampoo, like luxury shampoo smell right off the bat, which, to be honest, like I think a lot of Versace women's fragrances have that luxury shampoo smell. And I'm gonna give you my best because I am, obviously, you can hear it, a little congested. So this isn't gonna be as good as my nose typically is. Again, I really didn't even want to open it until I got on camera, so here we are. Yeah, I think it's like, it has this like richness to it. Definitely got that fruitiness. The yuzu is starting to pop out too, which I think is kind of different. And the florals are, you know, backing it up. I don't smell the caramel yet, but what I'll do is I will wait until this dries down. This is just kind of like the opening, and I'll be back, well, in 0 time on this, and I'll continue with this review, but I really like what I smell so far. Again, I absolutely am in love with Absolute. I like the original, and I'll say I love Absolute more than the original, just a little bit. It edges it out just a little bit for me. And I'm definitely getting a lot more floral starting to peek out already. So like in the first couple of seconds, it was like a lot of that red fruit, probably that pomegranate. There's like a touch of dustiness too. So we'll see how this dries down. I'll come back, I'll let it dry down for like, let's do 30 minutes. And then I'll be back and I'll let you know how it smells. Okay, so I'm back. And I still don't get much of the caramel. I don't know how long I was gone. I don't know if you can tell, but I changed the light fixture in this room since I had some time. So it might look a little different, but it changed a little bit. And it started to project more as well. So it changed. I'm still not really getting the caramel. However, it is got like a good amount of sweetness. It just doesn't specifically smell like caramel. It smells actually like a more mature version of Bright Crystal, which actually makes sense. However, parfums lately have been kind of all over the place. They've been like not anywhere near their originals a lot of times. And I am happy to report that this is very in line with Bright Crystal and Bright Crystal Absolute. Probably a little closer to Absolute than the original. But it's got a little bit more maturity, maybe a little bit more class. The florals aren't maybe as loud. They're very refined to my nose. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and be very honest. I have a little bit of a bias towards this scent because every time I smell it, no matter who I smell it on, I absolutely adore it. I just think it smells so good, so classy, and it's still, in my opinion, probably gonna be the best fragrance in the feminine realm for a very long time, unless something comes up better. I don't know where this falls for me. If I like this more than Absolute, I might, but I need a little time to figure that out. So yeah, I think that this is the older sister, or maybe like great aunt of Bright Crystal Absolute. I guess it's more mature. I do feel like the original is very youthful, and Absolute is in line with that, just a little bit more bold, a little bit more sexy. I actually think this is less bold. So the way that they mix the notes in this specific one, I'm getting like a less bold look, something a little bit more dressed up, slightly more subdued. It's a parfum. And in this case, it's acting like a parfum. So although I'm getting, to me, like pretty good projection, which I already told you I'm congested, so if I'm smelling it pretty well, then it's doing pretty well. Yeah, I think that it's acting like a parfum. I'll give you a full report on this after I've worn it a bit. This is probably one that I've been the most excited about getting for a really long time. And I think it's like mind-blowing that there hasn't been a lot available on this fragrance. Because again, Bright Crystal and Bright Crystal Absolute are really popular. So the fact that this kind of just like went under the radar is mind-blowing to me. I wish that I would have bought the Crystal Noir Parfum, which is also out. And to be fair, I'm probably going to buy it. But in terms of this, you're gonna get the yuzu, red fruit, pomegranate, which honestly is red fruit, but whatever. You're gonna get a sweetness. Doesn't come off specifically like caramel still. All honesty, I prefer that. Sometimes caramel isn't really my favorite note, although I've been gravitating towards it a little bit more often lately. You're gonna get the yuzu. I love the yuzu. It smells nice and natural. It doesn't have that like super synthetic yuzu smell, which I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But sometimes the way yuzu is done is headache inducing, and I don't feel like this is headache inducing. I'm getting kind of like the aroma chemicals. I'm getting the musk. The musk is actually, as it dries down, you're going to get it more and more, but I love musk, and it's a beautiful clean musk. So I love how it's playing in this fragrance. You're gonna get the florals, but the florals in this fragrance are magnolia, peony, and lotus. They're like very like delicate florals. And I mean, magnolia isn't super delicate, but it's more delicate than a lot of other florals, you know, like rose and like jasmine. But I would say that's what makes this kind of a more mature, more subtle, more dressed up, something you could wear to a work meeting. That kind of fragrance. Like, I do really think that this is a richer version of the original. Like, if you started wearing the original when you were, you know, younger, graduated to the Absolute, this is absolutely the graduation after the Absolute to me. Not redundant. I really don't think that it's redundant. I actually think it's a further departure from both of these than the EDT or the Absolute are from each other. So, in my opinion, you can own all three. I mean, I do. But be very aware that they all have the same base. So if that's something that you're like, nah, I only need one of those, then don't bother getting this one. But if you really like the base of Bright Crystal, you're gonna find it here, and I just really like how they did it. And I'm gonna give you a full review because I don't wanna just sit here and go on and on with the first impressions. I was just really excited, so I decided to open it on camera. If you have any questions or if you tried this, comment down below. As always, remember to like this video if you liked it, be subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop another video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!